Hi succulents fans, welcome to my channel, The Way to Succulents. I'm Wei. As always, I would love to share my way of being succulents with you. Today I would love to share a project is repotting and separating the babies of these agaves into this bigger planter. What I'm using is, this is a light shade I bought from Restore. Restore in the US is a charity store. They get donations from people and then they fix if there is any problem. Then they just sell these things to people who need them. Mainly is on construction sites. For example, they build a house and they need this and that part. So it's a great project. That's the reason I would love to buy these things from them. One way is they are quite cheap, and secondly, it's good for the environment. These things can be reused. And then the third reason is because when I buy these things, the Restore, they make some profit, then they use the money to help people who is unlucky to build their house. So let's do it. And this is also a light shade I bought from them. I use this light shade because underneath there is always a hole, which actually is perfect for succulents. So when you water it, the water will just drain out instead of staying in. And I already make 2 videos about Restore and also about agave. So let's review about what we did before about this agave. First, I would like to light the planter. I used to use a lot of lava rocks. They are good compared with the regular gravels. They are lighter, but it's still quite heavy. So in that situation, I use packing peanuts. But I will just wrap them and then make them to be tiny pieces. So in that situation, when the roots grow, they wouldn't grow into the peanuts. Sometimes people have the problem, they use the big foam and then the roots grow in when they try to repot them or regrow them. And then they say, oh, I don't want to damage the roots. So if you just wrap them into small pieces, like this, and you put them in, they will be tiny pieces. The reason I put them is because in that situation, they will serve as a really good drainage, like a gravel, the same function, but it's much lighter. I used to have the problem about moving these plants in and out. It's kind of like a bike breaking job. After a layer of these peanuts, I will just add the soil. Like I always say, I always buy soil from the same nursery I buy plants. So if I want to do repotting or whatever, it will be easier for me. And for the plants, because the plants wouldn't go through the big shock. People say they change soil and they get shocked and they need at least 1 week or 10 days to recover, get used to the new environment. So go with the same soil is always good for your collection of succulents. And I will keep going. I try to use a lot of these peanuts, packing peanuts. You may say, wait, do you buy these packing peanuts? No, when we shop online or in store, they come together with what we buy. You just need to save them and put them aside for later use. That is my way of dealing with everything. Sometimes I'm like a squirrel, just put things, hide things away, because sometimes my husband, when he shop, I save something he shot is useless, just throw it away, so I hide it somewhere. Look, I'm sitting on my peanut. hiking peanut bag. It serves as a really good chair too. I'm not sitting on the grass directly with the dew. It's quite white. If I sit on this bag, it's quite comfortable and it's warm. Now I will just keep adding a bit more. So in that situation, you don't need to put a lot of soil, because like I always say, you see these agaves, they were found in the desert area or the cliff. They don't really need a lot of soil. If you give them a lot of soil without a good drainage, it will cause root rotting problem, and eventually we will kill our plants. So the best is just do something, give them an ideal environment instead of like over caring about them. You know, sometimes we just love them so much, we won't give them the best. But it's like bring up a child. We might spoil them and cause the sad effect by the end. Okay, I will add another thin layer to cover. You may say, what would it look like? Would be the plant look ugly? No, actually you think about it's light color. Sometimes the hiking peanuts, they are white, and sometimes they are green, light green or blue. It just highlights the plant or the soil. Now you see it's super light to just take up. And this guy here, now what I will do is take the whole piece out. You see, the thing is, when I take the whole piece out, the roots is blending together with the soil. It's growing in, which is good. And what I will do now, I will just set it in onto the top. But like I said, I wanted to separate part of it from the mother plant. In this corner here, there is a newly. Don't worry, even though sometimes you know you need to use some force to separate the baby, and you may hurt the root, it wouldn't cause a big problem. Wow, it's quite stubborn. The baby wants to be with the mom. Definitely, I understand. Let me see. I prepare a pair of scissors. So what I will do is make a cut from the side. Agaves are different from other succulents. Their roots, some of their roots are really like a long, like a snake underneath, which actually they absorb all the water, nutrition, everything from their root to support the plant itself. Okay, I need some part of the root from the mother plant, so I need to cut a bit deeper. Actually, this plant, I bought it together with another, the same agave. And then I could plant one in a smaller plant, one in this big plant, and the big one just grow bigger and happier and with babies. Look, that is the baby. This is the one I found last winter, and there's another baby is growing out in this spring. It's much tinier, it's much smaller, but I will take the chance to get it out too, because if I want to do the repotting, it will be good. Look, this is the other baby one. I will put them aside and let them fully callus and put them back into soil. For this guy here, like I mentioned, I wouldn't get rid of the original soil. I will just put them back in and then push the soil down a little bit to make the surface flat. Let it stand stabler. In that situation, I wouldn't add more peanuts because it's only at the bottom serving as the drainage to make some space, holes for the water to go through. So in that situation, I will add some soil on the top. I actually also collect this moss, which is helpful to put on the top of the soil by the end, and then compose a topping. Some people are worried about, moss would absorb a lot of water and make the plant sitting in a wet environment. I did some experiments and I didn't have this problem, but they really serve a beautiful cover on the top. So I will keep using these, and actually I need to collect a bit more. Sometimes I just collect from the shady area of my yard. Sometimes I just go to the factory of my husband. It's his family factory. They make inkjet ink. It's B2B business. But if you know your factory or your working company, whoever need inkjet ink, contact me in the way I can make ink really fast. You order and then we deliver within 5 days. So you don't need to order long time ago and use storage places, and no, it's really efficient what we do. Ta-da! Look at that newly replanted, repotted agave is in her new home. It will grow happier again, and it will get eventually a bit larger. But this agave is not growing like the big rosette one. Some of them are big rosette. This is the small rosette part. But we always want to give them the ideal environment so they can just grow happier and then they will grow healthier. Thank you for watching my video. If you like, just hit the thumb up button, and welcome to share with family and friends, and welcome to subscribe my channel as well. Bye for now.